Let me set the scene for you real quick. It was one of those ordinary Tuesday afternoons at the big box supermarket on the edge of town. Fluorescent lights buzzing overhead. The faint smell of fresh bread mixing with cleaning solution. Carts squeaking along the linoleum. People minding their business. Until Karen Thompson decided today was the day to make it everyone else's problem. Sergeant Mike Reynolds, 6'2". Built like he still runs PT every morning even though he's been out of the Corps for 3 years, pushes his cart down the cereal aisle. He's wearing a faded USMC hoodie. Sleeves rolled up just enough to show the faded tattoo of an eagle. Globe. And anchor on his forearm. The same forearm that carried wounded brothers through Fallujah sandstorms. He's got his 6-year-old daughter Lily riding in the cart seat, giggling as she points at the colorful boxes. Just a dad grabbing breakfast supplies. Nothing more. Then Karen rounds the corner like a storm cloud in yoga pants and oversized sunglasses perched on her head even though she's indoors. She's clutching her phone like a weapon. Already recording. Her cart is overflowing with organic kale. Gluten-free everything. And those tiny bottles of kombucha that cost more than a gallon of milk. She spots Mike's cart blocking maybe 6 inches of aisle space while he reaches for the Honey Nut Cheerios Lily loves. And that was it. That tiny moment was enough for Karen to snap. "Excuse me," she barks. Loud enough that heads turn 3 aisles over. "Are you blind or just rude? Move your cart. Now." Mike glances over. Calm as ever. He gives her the smallest nod. "Ma'am. I'm almost done here." 1 second. 1 second. Karen scoffs. Stepping closer. "I've got places to be. People like you always think the rules don't apply." Typical. Mike exhales slowly through his nose. You can almost hear the patience he's spent years building start to fray at the edges. Lily's giggles fade. She looks up at her dad. Confused. Karen doesn't stop. "What? Are you some kind of hero? Look at you in your little military cosplay. Probably never even served. Just wearing it for the attention." The words land like a slap. Mike's shoulders tighten. He turns fully toward her now. Voice low but steady. "Ma'am. I served 12 years. 2 combat tours. I'd appreciate it if you lowered your voice around my daughter." Karen's face twists into that classic entitled sneer. "Oh please. Everyone's a veteran these days. Prove it. Show me your DD 214 right now or shut up and move." Mike doesn't flinch. But you can see the storm building behind his eyes. The same look he used to get right before kicking in a door. "I'm not here to prove anything to you. I'm here to buy cereal for my kid." That's when Karen goes nuclear. She shoves her cart forward so hard it rams into Mike's. Boxes tumble. A jar of marinara sauce shatters on the floor. Red splattering across the tiles like blood. Lily lets out a tiny yelp and buries her face in her dad's hoodie. "See?" Karen shrieks, pointing at the mess. "This is what happens when trash like you blocks the aisle. You owe me for that sauce." People are gathering now. Phones out. Whispering. Someone mutters. "Lady. Calm down." But Karen is beyond calm. She's pacing. Voice climbing higher. "You think you can just waltz in here with your sob story and your fake limp or whatever? I pay taxes that pay for your benefits. You should be thanking me." Mike takes a slow breath. His hand rests protectively on Lily's back. "Ma'am. You're scaring my daughter. Walk away. Please." Karen laughs, a sharp, ugly sound. Scaring her? Good. Maybe she'll learn not to raise entitled brats who think the world owes them. That's the line. That's when Mike's patience officially runs out. He steps forward, just 1 step, but it's enough. His voice drops to that low, controlled register that used to make recruits snap to attention. "You don't talk about my kid like that. Ever." Karen smirks. Thinking she's won. She raises her phone higher. Oh. I'm filming this. The whole world is going to see what a bully you are. And right then. Heavy footsteps echo from the end of the aisle. Jamal Carter. Head of store security. 6'4" and built like a linebacker. Rounds the corner with the store manager trailing behind him. Jamal's face is stone. He's seen this kind of thing before. But never quite this ugly. "Ma'am," Jamal says. Voice like gravel. "You need to step back. Now." Karen whips around. "Who the hell are you? This man assaulted me. He pushed my cart." Jamal doesn't even blink. "I watched the whole thing on camera. You rammed his cart. You threw merchandise. You threatened a child. You're done." Karen's mouth opens and closes like a fish. "You can't talk to me like that. I want your manager." The manager, a nervous guy in his 50s, steps forward. "Ma'am. Security has full authority here. You need to leave the premises." Karen doubles down. This is discrimination. He's the one in military gear trying to intimidate people. "I want the police." Jamal crosses his arms. "Police are already on the way. Trespassing. Assault. Disorderly conduct. You can explain it to them." The color drains from Karen's face. She looks around. Suddenly realizing every phone is pointed at her. The crowd is no longer whispering, they're murmuring in disgust. "You people are all the same," she spits. "Defending this fraud." Mike finally speaks again. Quiet. Measured. "Lady. I don't need anyone to defend me. But you just harassed a combat veteran in front of his 6-year-old daughter. You shattered glass near her. You called her entitled. You think that's winning?" Karen tries one last time. "I have rights." Jamal steps closer. "And he has rights too. Including the right not to be verbally assaulted while shopping with his kid. You're banned from this store. Permanently." She starts backing up. Eyes darting. "This isn't over. I'll sue." The manager sighs. "You can try. But we have 4 angles of HD footage. Good luck." Police sirens wail in the distance. Karen's shoulders slump. The fight drains out of her. She looks small suddenly. Defeated. As the officers arrive and start taking statements, Mike kneels down to Lily. "You okay? Baby girl?" She nods. Wiping her eyes. "Daddy. Is that lady going to jail?" Mike glances over at Karen being led away in cuffs for disorderly conduct and resisting when she tried to grab her phone back from security. "Not jail. Sweetheart. But she won't be bothering anyone here again." The crowd starts to disperse. A few people stop to shake Mike's hand. An older woman presses a pack of cookies into Lily's hands. "For being so brave. Honey." Mike nods thanks. But his eyes stay on Karen as she's escorted out the sliding doors. She doesn't look back. She doesn't apologize. She just disappears into the parking lot. Head down. Phone confiscated. Dignity in shreds. And here's the part that hits hardest. Later that evening, the store manager calls Mike personally. "Sir. I want you to know, we're pressing charges. Full extent." She's looking at a misdemeanor assault charge. Plus the ban. And we found out she's been banned from 2 other stores in the county for similar behavior. This time it's public record. Mike exhales. "I didn't want it to come to that. But she crossed a line with my daughter." "I know," the manager says. "And we're not letting it slide." Days later, the video, shot by a bystander, goes viral. Not because Mike lost his cool. Because he didn't. Because he stayed calm while a grown woman screamed in his child's face. Because security didn't hesitate. Because the system actually worked for once. Comments flood in. Veterans sharing their own stories. Parents saying, "That could have been my kid." Strangers thanking Mike for his service. For his restraint. And Karen? Her name is everywhere now. Not in a good way. Job interviews suddenly dry up. Neighbors whisper. Friends distance themselves. The internet has a long memory. Karma didn't need to be loud. It just needed to be thorough. So here's the takeaway. Folks. Respect isn't optional. Not for the people who served. Not for the parents just trying to buy cereal. Not for the little girls who shouldn't have to see adults lose their minds over 6 inches of aisle space. Entitlement is a disease. And when it collides with real strength, real dignity, real restraint, it crumbles. Mike didn't need to raise his voice. He didn't need to swing. He just stood there. And that was enough. Because sometimes the strongest thing you can do is hold the line. And sometimes justice wears a badge. A uniform. Or just the quiet resolve of a man who already fought the real battles. If you're ever tempted to act like Karen did that day, remember this story. Because the world is watching. And the next time it might not end with just a ban and a court date. It might end with you realizing, too late, that you picked the wrong fight.